Hey, what's up, everybody? Just jumped on for a minute to invite everybody over to the Reinvention Center. And we're going to be coming on in about 8 to 10 minutes. So I just jumped on here for a couple of minutes to talk about, y'all know Black History is coming up. So I'm going to be trying to feature some of my poetry within those times. Just talking about, I really want people to think about how far we have come since slavery and how far we have regressed basically since the 80s. You know what I mean? We haven't been the people that we should be. And one thing that's it's really been evident during this pandemic, man. We haven't been helping people the way that we should. You know what I mean? We still have our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated, and they're caught up in the pandemic on the inside. In the world. What's up, Bruno? How you doing, man? Thanks for jumping on. And I just think that, man, this Black History Month, man, we ought to just ask ourselves, what does it really mean to be black in America today? Or in the world, for that matter. You know what I mean? I'm always reminded, man, when I was in college, how the African students who were here, attending school here on, what was it, transfer student, how they looked down upon us as African American, in college. So they never saw themselves as equal to us. They always saw themselves as better than us, not realizing the struggle that our ancestors went through the Caribbeans and through the islands and through the slave breaking camp, through the whole Jim Crow method of creating in us a spirit of docility. You know what I mean? Through their methods. But our gene is so strong that it rises up in the form of Toussaint L'Ouverture, Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, and so many others, man, and Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, through our history, my homegirl, Fannie Lou Hamer. And every now and then, man, we need some of those people to rise up. There's a lot of those people who are in there, man. What they're doing is they're taking the mothers and fathers away for a couple of generations and letting the kids run around and raise themselves. So that's why we have so many youngsters in the street who don't respect history, who don't respect their elders, who don't respect the day-to-day life of living, who don't even respect the struggle. What's up, E? What's up, Rufus, man? Man, that's one of the things. You got one of my good friends, man, who's on here, man, Rufus Rochelle, man. I was really praying that Trump would grant him clemency, especially, his former partner inside, man. Didn't go to bat for him, after you helped him so much, Rufus, man. I just thought sure that he was going to get into Trump's ear, man, and get you clemency, man, so you can get off that monitor. Not just get off the monitor, so you can be able to move freely and speak, to and for the men and women who are incarcerated. You know what I mean? You do such a good job at that, man. And I appreciate you, man, and as I can say, for me, being a beacon to help you get out along with Amy and so many others, and for you to become, the strong force that you are as you were inside after spending 32 years in prison for a nonviolent offense. It was actually, Rufus is one of the first people to get sentenced on the war on drugs crime, or to be a victim of the 1994 crime bill that Biden put into play. You know what I mean? Hey, Sarah, how you doing? So, if anybody is looking, man, look at, there's a guy on here named Rufus Rochelle. He went in, he spent like 32 years of incarceration for a nonviolent drug offense out of Florida. He and his brother just got out, and the government has the audacity to still have Rufus on house arrest. You know what I mean? The man went 30 plus years with no incident report. Took all the classes that you could, was a mentor to so many people, man. Yet and still, they chose to yeah, oh yeah, for sure. That's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna, hard press Biden to try to right that wrong, man. Because Rufus is one of the first products of his wrong. Because the Lynn Byers situation happened in Florida, and Rufus got caught up in that whole thing. With Lynn Byers dying behind the crack epidemic. But needless to say, man, we're going to do that, Rufus. Hopefully I can invite you over to the The growth hour with James Jones, Lisa Riley, and myself. Lisa is sick, so she's not going to be on tonight. So I don't really have anybody to post a link for me. My baby is busy tonight, so I don't have anybody to really post a link. But if you look on my page and look on James Jones' page, you'll see the link. Sandra, if you can, while we're on here, just see if you can copy it. You know what I mean? What's up? What's up, man? Hey, yeah, how y'all doing? And so I just think it's imperative, man, that from coast to coast, from top to bottom, man, that we bring up the spirit of our ancestors, man, the Jackson brothers, man, the Soledad brothers, Nat Turner. I'm not saying exact vengeance about them. I'm just saying come together in a Martin Luther King style to where we can campaign and do something about the people who are still incarcerated. And the people who are incarcerated, they call themselves letting out, like the Phyllis Wall, the Rufus Rochelle, and so many others that they've let out on house arrest, who are still basically in prison in his own yard. You know what I'm saying? So use the fact that he was the first sentenced. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now I need you to post in here, while we're on the Zoom, so people can jump on. I want people to come over so they can see what the Reinvention Center is about. The Reinvention Center is about formerly incarcerated people getting together and talking about our issues. We still have the McDowell brothers out of California who has their organization called Unite the People. And what they're doing, they're trying to spread themselves out all across the country and, file motions for people on the state and federal level, across the country, man, because we know how the leases come up when we need help, when we're incarcerated. So many people come up, man. There are really no good post-conviction lawyers out there. So that's one of the things that we need, man. We need to come together as a people, man, and advocate for our people and find ways, man. There's so many other ways other than finding an attorney to get people out, like clemency, like pardons, like, you know what I mean, compassionate release. But compassionate release without the chain, without the ball and chain still tied to you. To me, the house monitor is equivalent to balls and chains. You're saying I'm free. You're saying I'm not behind bars, but I'm not free to do the things that I need to do without checking in. You can't leave your yard, man. That's the kind of stuff that you do to animals. You tie animals down and you keep them. Hey, what's up, Diane? You lock up animals, man, and you keep tabs on them. You know what I mean? We're talking about a human being, man. A human being that helped so many other men grow while he was inside. And that's one of the things that Rufus done, man. Rufus got out and spoke in front of Congress about the First Step Act and about the COVID pandemic in prison. For that reason alone, man, I think that he should have been granted a pardon. Thank you, Sam. That's the link, man. You see the meeting ID, 835-944-1387. The passcode is 461497. So I think that this Black History Month, we need to having a voice, using your voice right. Man, that's true. I appreciate that, Chandra. But so many others, man, I can't be a voice crying in the wilderness without the gathering of help. Other voices, I need other voices to help me, no matter where you are. From the UK, what's up, Mr. Girl? Hey, what's up, Egg? How you doing, man? Need to see you back over at my at work, man. I appreciate you. So I want to do some things with you as soon as COVID is lifted. You know what I mean? I want you to get a chance to come in and help me with some reentry stuff. So I'm really big on reentry, and so I want to get some programs that's going to help guys transition from incarceration to back to society. That's the biggest thing, the biggest hurdle that Mississippi has, because it offers no help to people once they're released. And I think that you have guys who are in the state who have a hard time finding halfway houses to go to, and they got such a high criterion for different people reoffending and coming back out. To God be the glory. I appreciate that. So we had the church dedication last week. So the first time in 120 years or the history of the prison that's the first time in the history of a parchment or how can I say parchment that we're going to have actual church inside. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. I posted on my channel. You can go to, anytime you missed one of these lives or you missed a show from the Reinvention Center, what you can do is you can go to my YouTube channel. called Sail with Sippy. SAILWITHSIPPI. You can subscribe or you can just watch the videos. You know, I post my lives at the end of the night. Once I jump on here, I leave here and go over to the Reinvention Center. Then I post my live. But, you know, but this week, this Black History Month, I'm going to be doing a lot of lives because I'm going to show, you know, express some of my poetry. You know, I have my first book. It's already on the market. It's called Too Black, Pride for My Race. So it's on Amazon right now. My second book hopefully will be released by the end of February. And it's called Poetry, From Love of Woman to Love of Self to Love of God. And that's all poetry. My first book is about my journey growing up in the here in southern Mississippi in a small town called Mound Bayou. So, yeah, check it out, man. You know, you'll like it. But you see the link. You see the link, man. So follow me over to the Reinvention Center. I'm not going to be over here long, man, but I just want to encourage everybody, man. Black History Month should be 24/7, 365. But for the sake of those who only celebrate during the month of February, I ask that you embody somebody from the past, you know what I mean, and take on their cause. If you like Fannie Lou Hamer, you know what I mean? If you like Fannie Lou Hamer, then be sick and tired of being sick and tired and do something about it. You know what I mean? If you're Martin Luther King, man, then lead us to the mountaintop. Come up with something, man. But we got to save our kids, man, and cut them off. We got to herd them off before they end up in prison. You know what I mean? Before we have so many kids, man, so many teenagers, not just in Mississippi and Alabama, who went to prison at 15 and 16 years old, man. They've been in prison over 10 years, over decades. So this is something that we have to stop, man. A lot of them, they're misguided, uneducated youth. And when I say uneducated, it means that they've got in trouble before they have been able to complete their high school education. And most of them we got kids raising kids, so they don't care about finishing school, man. The streets is their school. You know what I mean? So the teachers are the criminals who survived prison and came back out, who went to prison to become a better prisoner, and they're teaching our kids. And this virtual is only making it harder because it's hard enough to capture a child's attention for a long span of time. So virtual only allows him to be in front of the TV for as long as his parent is monitoring him and staying on there, as long as his teacher. The virtual is new to the teacher. So we had Generation X. We had the video game generation. So now we're going to have the virtual generation. And it's going to be with this whole social distancing thing to where they're not having, we as human, especially African American, we need that physical and social contact and camaraderie of a people in order for us to be strong. That's why we've always been a tribe of people. We survived in Africa, in the islands, by being a tribe of people. But here in America, we're no longer a tribe. We've become, quote unquote, gangs. You know what I mean? And the difference is, you know, in the gang and the tribe, the tribe was for the whole community. The tribe consisted of the whole community. A gang consists of a select few who seeks to. It's not about growth and development or educating about or empowering the people. Now it's about self-sufficiency. What can I take out of the community and build my house in the white suburbs? What can I take out of the poor black neighborhood and build my house in the suburbs? You know what I mean? It's not about empowering the community and build it back up. You know what I mean? So we've got that lost somewhere in translation. You know what I mean? So somewhere, somehow, some way, we need to right the minds of these youngsters and some of these old heads who are out here still doing the same thing that they were doing, 25 and 30 years ago. Man, when are we going to change and pour back into the community and get our show? I often think about my hometown and how Isaiah T. Montgomery and Ben Green, right out of slavery, 2 years out of slavery, came all the way down from the Vicksburg area, the Davis Bend area, and came here to Mound Bayou and cleared the land. All this was swamp. They built up the land and cleared the land and helped build a railroad come through here. They had a depot, so they had a thriving all-black town. This was here before Black Wall Street. A lot of people left here and went to Tulsa, Oklahoma to help build Black Wall Street. Booker T. Washington have stood here for rallies here in Mount Bayou. Medgar Evers, you know what I mean? Dr. King, Mamie Till, T.R.M. Howard. You know what I mean? If you don't know these names, man, replay it, Google them. You got Google right now, man. T.R.M. Howard built the first black hospital in the state of Mississippi, all black hospital. Right here, Taborian Hospital, right here in Mount Bayou. You know what I mean? Medgar Evers, Soul Insurance, right here along beside Dr. Howard, and was a student of Dr. Howard when he went back to Jackson to start the nonviolent protests in the marches in Jackson to campaign for our right to vote. Fannie Lou Hamer died right here at that same hospital, right here in the city of Mount Bayou. Martin Luther King, Robert Kennedy, all used to stop and stay here. You know what I mean? On that trail during the civil rights movement. So it's a lot of history, but there's so many kids here don't even know anything about our history. But look, that's my time. I got to go. I got to jump over to the Reinvention Center. So jump on the link, man. I really appreciate all y'all for stopping by. I'll see you guys in a minute. Like I said, the Zoom, the meeting ID is 835-944-1387. Passcode 461497. I thank you guys, man. I love you guys. I appreciate your time. See you soon this week, 2 or 3 times. Black History Month. You know what I mean? Black and proud. 24/7, 365. I really appreciate it. What's up, Kevin? Getting ready to jump over on my other show, The Reinvention Center, man. Jump over. Look at the passcode. I appreciate you. That's the link. That's the Zoom. I appreciate you saying. You're always a lifesaver. I got to tell Jessica, you stood in for her. You stood in her stead. Her and Lisa. All right, take care. Love you.